Okay everybody, Hello Jay here. So I had to do it, just like y'all watching all these guitar reviews on YouTube. They finally came, back in stock on Amazon, and here it is, the unboxing of one of the $159 Firefly 335 copy. I think that's called the E3. I think they call it the 338. Don't have any of the specs in front of me. Just got home, have it here, and I'm going to unbox it. And we're just going to do an unboxing right now. We'll get into the specs and review of it later, and I'll actually play it and stuff like that. But right now, we're just going to unbox it and see what comes with it. Comes in the box, okay? So here's the box. I don't know if you can see that there. Here's the box, and let me tilt this up, and we'll start unboxing here. So we'll head it this way, and this one, and this one, and let's see here. Oh, bear with me, Spidey-Co knife, Spider-Co. This is part of the box. They double box it. Look at that. So it's another box with inside a box. Yep, and we'll take this box out. I guess I'll have to take it out. Alright. Put that over there. Here's the other box. Oh yeah. It looked like a guitar. So, I've been hearing a lot of hype about these. I had a really good friend I used to work with. Got one a couple years ago. Maybe not 2 years ago, but yeah. And he was talking about it and raving about it. We got a cable and an Allen wrench for adjusting the truss rod. There's the cable and the Allen wrench. Okay, that's pretty nice. And I'm gonna keep the box because I don't even have a case for it, or a gig bag. I'm fresh out of gig bags. Wow, that's some nice foamy fabric in a bag. And what do we got in this bag here? Alright. Well, it is cherry red for sure. Yep. It looks pretty. It's pretty right now. Yeah. And there she be. Firefly. Cherry red. Has an inspection sticker or something on it. It's got a little bit of plastic on all this stuff we'll have to take off. That's a little rough. Right out of the box. The pick guard's cut a little rough, but maybe there's plastic on there I got to take off yet. I don't know. Don't know if you can see that. Right there. Kind of chippy. But for $159, look, it's got a set neck. That's a pretty nice feature for that cheap, inexpensive. For that kind of an inexpensive guitar, to have a set neck like that. And the red is pretty nice. So let's see, we got this. Firefly, find your stage. Find your stage, everybody. That's what I'm doing. Find my stage. Certificate checker. Date was August 30th. Don't know what year. I imagine it's this year because they haven't had these things in stock. They don't have them in stock. And it passed the quality test. I don't know how stringent that quality test is. And on the back we've got some tips here. It says tips. I don't know if you can see that. If it can focus. Focus. Tips. And I'll read them to you. Tips. Please don't put the guitar in direct sunlight places next to the local high temperature machine. Outdoor temperature extremely low or high humidity. humid places such as the basement, dusty places, and vibration-prone places. All of the above will cause different degrees of damage to the guitar. Well, I'm certainly not going to store it. Let me sit down here. I'm certainly not going to store it in some kind of vapor barrier chambers or something. What I usually do when I get a guitar like this, mail order, is I leave it out in the house for a week or two. Like I said, I don't have a gig bag or a case for it. I have some boxes I can put it in, but I usually leave it out for a little bit to let it acclimate because it comes from somewhere else. And before you get a setup done on your guitar, it's been my experience, if you get a setup done right away, it kind of is still moving around, adjusting to the climate wherever you're at. So I like to wait a couple weeks and then do my setup. And also, while I'm talking about that, I got for about 35 bucks, and it was a good deal on Amazon. I got a guitar. No, I don't want everything to fall out of here. A guitar like setup kit. So we've got nut files in there, we've got gappers, we've got fret cleaners, radius gauges, extra bridge pins for a guitar, a little set of wire cutters for the strings, a nice little sanding sponge for your fret job, and a fret protector you can put over the fret while you're doing polishing the sponges, a ruler to check the height of your strings. It came with a string, a winder, and a set of Allen wrenches too for your truss rods and polishing stuff. So I'm all set to do the setup on this myself. And I haven't usually been very good at that kind of stuff. I usually bring my guitar to a luthier. But since COVID is here and everything, again, my business might get slow. I think I could save some money by working on my own instruments. And, you know, I can learn it. Just put my mind to it. I just, you know, like anything, just put my mind to it a little bit, and I'm sure I'll learn it. But that being said, let me grab a pick and a tuner. And let's see, I don't even have this plugged in yet. And I'll go over it in a little while, looking at everything. But I just want to see if it even plays right out of the box. I don't even know what kind of strings are on it. I don't know if it tells you in the specs. Where's my tuner? There it is. Yeah, it's like tuned to like a low B. It's some kind of alternate tuning right now. So the tuners aren't too bad. The machine heads, they're responsive, okay. I don't know what the ratio is on them. I mean, I'm sure they're not, for that price point, I'm sure they're not the best tuners in the world, but they're working. And they're livable. I mean, I just got this out of the box, so I'd probably spare you this part of the video, who knows, huh? So, it's pretty playable right out. The action's not too bad. It feels pretty good, and the neck's pretty straight, and you know, I haven't even cleaned it up. Is the intonation? The intonation's pretty close right out of the box too. Yeah, It's actually playable. The strings are still stretching a little, but yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, first impression, I haven't plugged it in yet or done anything else, and got to peel little plastic pieces off and everything and see what's there. But you know, I mean, even the F holes have binding on them, and the neck. Let's see here. Yeah, the binding on the neck is, the frets aren't real sharp on the edges. Up here, you might be able to do a little bit of filing on them, maybe. But like what happens usually, that's why I like to leave it for a couple of weeks before I get set up and do anything. Because if fret sprout's going to happen, it happens when it's acclimating to the climate we're in. And here in the Midwest and Denver area, it's a high desert, very, very dry usually. And so the wood has a tendency to dry out. And I like to have my guitars, you know, a lot of people humidify them. I find that they're much more stable if I don't, because if I get them all wet in the case and I get it all humidified, an acoustic guitar for example, I get it nice and humidified in the case and I take it out, I swear to God it takes an hour or two to, it won't stay in tune. It's because that it's so dry here that all that moisture is just right into the air out of that guitar, and it's too fast of a humidity change, I believe, for the guitar, and it just moves around like instantaneously, and it makes tuning difficult and playing. And I mean, I've even seen it where you can watch the action change on the guitar while you're playing it, it seems like. So I usually let them acclimate to this dry climate here for a week or two, and I'll pick it up and play it every so often and feel it and see, and then I usually do the setup stuff, and then I'll get a case for it. But I don't do too much with the humidifying thing. I know there's a lot of people out there that say I'm probably stupid, and I am probably stupid, but just my experience is I let them stay dry, and they seem to stabilize at that, you know. And then once they're stabilized, I can deal with it, and it's a lot more fun to play. So, but anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and check this out and get some stats ready, and we'll do a proper review. But boy, it sure is pretty nice, pretty red. It looks like the old 335. For sure's. For sure's. Hello, Jay here, and doing the review of the Firefly 338 in transparent red. And I gotta say, I am so impressed with this guitar right out of the box. I mean, unbelievable right out of the box. So I checked the intonation. I don't know, when I did the unboxing, I kind of went through that a little bit, but the intonation's dead on right here, the 12th fret. The strings are really cheap strings. They have to be changed. I'm going to do a proper setup on the guitar, but I just wanted I wanted to review it, you know, as is, as it comes from the factory, right out of the box, so that you could have a good idea. If you're a beginner guitar player, you can rest assured, now I don't know if they all come like this. I mean, I've had things in the past where I get a model that has a little bit of problems or something, you know, got past quality control, who knows. But I'm going to tell you, the one that I just received, that's what I can review. You know, I don't have like the budget for 10 of them. But the one that I just received is a player right out of the box. It's got, and the action's not too bad. I didn't measure it. I should have measured it, but let's see here. That's a heavy. So it's probably a little high for my taste, but it's very playable. It's not too bad. I've had guitars with worse action, you know, and had to fix them. I plan on doing a little bit of a setup on it and maybe lowering the action, but as of right now I have not done anything. It's a beautiful guitar. It's a transparent red. It's got 2 humbuckers in it. I got this off of Amazon, by the way, for $159. That's why I'm so blown away, is because of the price. The tuners, it doesn't say what kind of tuners they are, but they're not bad. The ratio's pretty good. I can tune it fairly easily and it stays in tune. Like I said, I don't like these strings. They're kind of weird metallic-y sounding. I'll play that for you in a minute. And they feel cheap. They just don't feel really good strings. I'm going to probably put on some XL. I might try some 9s on here. Or 10s, you know. I play 10s sometimes if I'm playing jazz or something. I kind of like the 10s with a little fatter sound to them, I think. It's a solid maple body, the Tune-o-matic stop tail bridge here, and it's got the Tune-o-matic here, so you can adjust your intonation if you need to. Like I said, this came right on, dead on, out of the box, so you know they must have a quality control guy that kind of sets them up after they're built and everything, sends them out. Top material is maple. This color is called transparent red. I told you that already. The body material is maple, and the back material is maple. So it's all maple. Okay. It's a semi-acoustic double cutaway body with F-holes. It has a set-in neck, which, yeah, that's a great feature. The neck back here is set in. It's not bolted in like some guitars. It's got a bone nut. The nickel strings, that's what I probably don't like, is these nickel strings. I'm going to change those out. 2 volumes and tool tone controls, right? Volume for, this is for the bridge right here. And then the lower set is for the, this is for the neck pickup right here, the top. The top is for the neck pickup. The bottom ones are for the bridge pickup. Okay, it's all chrome hardware, adjustable bridge on it. We talked about that. All I can tell you is the switch works, everything works. Came with this little cable. The cable works. My setup for sound, I'm going to set it through. Is I've got my little line 6 amp here. I got it on the fairly clean channel with a little bit of reverb. I've got the microphone. It's an SM57. We're going into my little Zoom H5 recorder right here. Same with my voice, and everything's going through there. And I'm just going to play a few things just to let you hear the tone. So we'll start with this is through the amp. We're on the neck pickup right now. That's with the volume full and the tone on full, and like I said, through the, I think it's got a little bit of presence or crunch on the, I can turn it down, clean it up a little, I guess. Yeah, the tone, let's show you what the tone, so we turn the tone all the way down, get that jazz tone here. The tone works. You could probably get better tone pots and volume pots. If you want to upgrade all the hardware or the electronics in here, you know, I'm sure you could do that. You do like it's got that jazzy sound to it, with the tone down. And like I said, I'm just going through the amp right now, the line 6. I have an A/B switch here, and I'm going to show you another configuration for sound in a minute. But so right now, that's through the amp. Let's see, we'll clean that up again. And that's on full. We'll go to the middle. Okay, this is the middle, and everything's full, on full. There's your neck pickup. So let's get the, again, just through the amp with a little bit of reverb on there. Clean sound. We can see if we can get that funky, clean it up a little bit, get a little funky. A mixture of the two pickups. Clean. So through the amp now, I'm going to send it through my Boss GT1 guitar processor, and I have a patch that I've designed. Oh, battery low. Okay. Well, I hope this holds out. It says I got a low battery. I might have to edit here and come back and get that plugged in. But let's see if it's working here. It is. It's got that little bit of there's that clean here. Turn this down. I'm hearing through my voice mic here. Put it in the middle. Pick up Bluesy, huh? a great bluesy sound on the, I love the neck pickup sound. Kind of reminds me a little bit of my Les Paul, my 1969 Les Paul. I don't know if you can hear it, the nickel strings bother me a little bit. They got kind of like a metallic-y sound in there, but it's okay. It's okay. There might be something out here that I'm hearing. I don't know. That's just the way I'm picking it, but that's a... And get that jazzy sound here. Here we'll do a little bit of a... with the loop. I'll try the looper real quick here. Hopefully my battery won't die on me here. Got the jazz, okay. So you get kind of an idea of how that sounds. But yeah, I can't, say enough good about it really for the price. When I was a kid, I'm going to talk about the past and guitars and kind of the little evolution that I've seen over the years. When I was a kid, to buy an instrument of this quality, first of all, they did have off-brands that were made other places, but they were pretty much garbage. They really were. Gibson and Fender were the top two electric guitar brands that were the standards for most people that were buying nice guitars and stuff. But they cost a lot of money, relatively speaking. I mean, even 30, 40 years ago, you were talking about close to $1,000 for a really good guitar. Nowadays, like a Gibson 335, you're talking probably $2,500 or $2,000, or depending on the model. This kind of thing's going to be I'm sure this hurts their market, something terrible. For, like I said, $159, I mean, it's unbelievable. I think if you took this guitar and did the setup on it, I was going to tell you the fret ends are not too sharp either, which is usually what happens. You get a little fret sprout on these and it's sharp, but right in here there's a little bit of work I can do. Maybe when I change the strings, I'll oil the fretboard and maybe file a little bit. Not much though. I can't imagine taking maybe right up in these higher ones, maybe take a little bit out and polish the frets a little bit maybe. And that's about all really needs to be done. Lower the action slightly. The neck is great. Everything's great on it. I mean, I really can't. I think if you did the setup, and if a person wanted to swap out all the electronics and put in, these pickups are pretty hot. They're pretty good. I mean, I have no complaints with them. But if you wanted to upgrade it to that, I mean, you've got a guitar that probably plays as well, sounds as well as a $2,000 guitar in some cases. So that's pretty amazing to me. I really am thinking this is I don't know. I'm going to keep it. It's a player. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it. You know, some of these less expensive guitars just seem to be really good quality. I was a skeptic. I ordered this. I read the reviews, and I had a friend who bought one a couple years ago, and he told me how he really liked it and thought it was a great guitar. And I kept thinking, I think then he paid $149 for it. It was even cheaper. I paid $159. Maybe they raised the price this year or whatever. They couldn't keep these in stock on Amazon. They kept running out of them, and they were just selling out. And they have so this is the transparent red finish, which is historically, you know, I think a lot of guys played these 335s. B.B. King, I think, had a black one, and they had different colors. They have a burst, like a tobacco burst or sunburst, you know, kind of finish on one of the other model of this one, but and I think they have a black one too. But I remember, you know, was it the plain 335s? Eric Clapton had one. You know, Larry Carlton. But yeah. Iconic, probably don't have the right sound for it, but the iconic beginning to Steely Dan's Josie. But I think he used one of these for that. A little bit cleaner sound, maybe, yeah. Because come home tonight. Anyway, or shining star, you see glory. It's your favorite phone. Anyway, so yeah, this guitar is perfect for all those kind of genres: jazz, blues, rock. Actually, let me see here. Get a gent sound. We'll go to this. This goes Dream, huh? So it can be done if you still want to. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this review of the Firefly 338. Can't say enough good about it. It's a beautiful guitar. I'll show some pictures of it, but you can see there. Just nice. It's a player. I love it. You know. Yeah, like I said, I've had it just sitting here in the room for a few days, acclimating. I talked about that before. What I like to do with guitars is let them sit and in the climate and acclimate for a couple of weeks, actually, and then do my setups on them. And I will be doing a setup on this guitar, lower the action a little, just a hair. I mean, it's really not bad at all. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if I can show you. No, you can't see it like that. I don't know if that tells you anything or not with the action, but there's the string action there. It's not bad, and you know, here's the front of the guitar. The only flaw I found on it is if you'll look right here on the pickup, right there, you'll see a little bit of wood. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, it's right there, a little bit of wood. And oops, I just knocked my other camera around. Oh well. But yeah, it's in there. It's just little chips right here on the top. There's a little bit of the red, like I think when they were putting the pickup in or something, it just didn't get coated with the paint. But I mean, that's such a small thing, really. So if you're looking for like a beginner guitar or want a 335 style guitar to add to your collection, and don't want to pay an arm and a leg, this is the one to get. I just think it's awesome. You know, the other brands that I've tried to review was the Harley Benton, but I don't know. I think the Harley Bentons they're a little bit more expensive. I don't think you can get one in this price range of this, but I don't know if they could be much better than this out of the box like this. So thanks for listening to the Firefly review. I'm not a nerd type aficionado where I know everything about every vintage model and the years and what the different changes they made in them and things like that. I've always been like a player. When I used to walk into a music store, I used to grab guitars off the shelf to play them just out of curiosity. And there was something about a guitar, you'd have it in your hand and you'd start playing it and you'd say, oh, this is it, I love it. And you could, the feel and the tones and, you know, although just about with every guitar, I kind of, obviously, I have a style and I play with I can kind of get the same kind of sound out of almost any guitar just by playing with the volumes and the tones and the amplifiers and things like that. But you know, that being said, this guitar just inspires me to mess around with some jazz stuff and blues. I can play heavy metal stuff, it's just not my thing. Hope you enjoyed the review of the Firefly 338 on Amazon for $159. Transparent red finish. Now it comes in, like I said, sunburst and black, I believe, are the two other finishes you can get it in. It's just, it doesn't have any coil splits or anything. A couple of humbuckers, tone and volume control for each one. This beautiful red finish and a very playable neck. Bound, everything's bound, even the F-holes are bound in here. And the tuners are pretty good. You know, I'm probably not going to change them at this point. I'm really enjoying it. Highly recommend one. I like it. Well, Jay out. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.